at the stage of the build where I'm now about to build the kitchen units. Now, if you've seen my last few builds, you know that I actually don't faff around building my own units. And the reason I don't do that is basically because the doors, it's a faff to do the doors. And I'd rather buy the doors off the shelf, fix them in, and you know you've got secure doors fitted to your units. Now, yeah, if I was a chippy, I could spend some time and definitely build a unit. But today, I'm going to go and buy a couple of base units from B&Q, Home Base, Howdens, wherever you want to go. I'm going to buy 3 units, a 50 centimetre unit, a 30 centimetre unit, and a 30 centimetre unit. That will give you a 110 across the span of the window, and it will rest roughly approximately here. That's what I'm going to do today. Let's get on with it. Right, so let's consider what I've done so far. As you can see, I've put the 50 unit in so far. And I've got my set square there just to make sure that everything's going in nice and square. I've not fixed it at the moment, so it still moves around. I've cut 2 big holes out, and I've also sealed the cuts because it's MDF. And I've got 2 big vents in there. This is where the CRX50 fridge is going to go, so I need to make sure that I've got enough ventilation for it. I will seal the majority of these holes. There will be 1 or 2 holes which I'm going to need for the door hinges, but that's the first unit gone in. At the back also, apologies if you can't see that, I've scribed in here as well, so it fits flush with the back of the unit, so it fits flush with the actual wall. I've also left a slight lip here, so by the time I put the work surface on, everything should be nice and level there. I'll actually give you the measurement a little bit later on, just so you can confer and make sure that you're doing your window high enough on the cut when you do your cuts around your window. So that's the 50 unit in so far, and as you know, I put a CRX50 fridge inside of this unit. So that's where I am up to now. Now I need to cut the 230 units and cut the backs off them so it forms an L shape. And just confirming then the actual height that you cut your panel here, you need to make sure that the length of the unit and then where you're going to cut for your window shaping is 29.5 inches. This unit will fit from the floor upwards. Okay, so obviously if you're going to be putting in a 25mm floor like I have, take that in consideration when you're doing your panels. But from the floor upwards, it's 29.5 inches up to this point here. And that will give you then enough, let's have a look. That should give you, yeah, so that's going to give you 25mm of a work surface onto there. So that should fit really nicely, and then when you open your window, everything's nice and flush, which is how I like to see it. Okay, I still need to silicone around these seams here, but I'll do that once I've actually drilled and screwed the unit into the floor and at the back, and also when I've drilled and screwed the 30 units to it as well. So there you go. Ventilation is really important for your fridge, and that's what I've put in there. I've cut the backs off the 30 units, and I've reduced the back of the units and cut them down. For those of you wanting to know the measurements, it's 19.5 inches to cut off the back, and then you can scribe them in. Here you then have to cut that down and then fix it. I've not siliconed anywhere around there yet, which I always do, Like I said, I cover everything in silicone, everything to stop moisture getting in. The backs of the units have been sealed where I've done the cuts and underneath. And then here, which is the most important part, is the scribing in, to make sure that you scribe in properly. On here, that's taken a bit of time because I wanted to make sure that I got it nice and close up to the wall panel, and as you can see, that's done. So that's a 30 unit, a 30 unit and a 50 unit. I then need to get obviously the doors, the brackets, soft closing brackets, and then build a work top for it. But overall, that's the units done for this week. Here again, just here, I'll build a secret cupboard. As you know, I've put the solar panel, solar charger on the side here. I've wired it in, but I've not turned on the solar panels. I haven't got a leisure battery yet. You then plug in first the cables to the leisure battery, and then you plug in your solar panel, or panels that I've got on the roof. The reason for that is that you could harm your solar controller. There you go, fitted nicely to the side of the unit there. And as you know, that will be a secret cupboard that I like to make. So we're getting on now, we're getting pretty close. Flooring's done, lights are in. I just need to obviously get a leisure battery, as I said. The curtains are in, the ceiling's done, all nicely done. And if I come back to the back of the van, just to give you an indication of where we are. So I've still got the Sequoia legs to buy, so that's 2 Sequoia legs. I still have just here, I run a batten along there, along the bench, and then I put LED lights underneath there. I've still got that to do, but I will do that when I've got the tabletop. I've obviously got to order the foam as well for the benches. So at this stage now, just to give you an indication of costs, £300 for a leisure battery, £600 for the CRX fridge. You've got the doors to buy, you've got the work surface to buy, and then you've got the cushions and the covering of the cushions as well, with the Sequoia legs as well. So you're still looking at £1,500 to be spending still to finish this part of the van off. So yeah, still got a long way to go. Gonna have to wait for another paycheck before I can do some other bits and pieces. But hopefully next time will be the doors on the units, the drawer, as well as the worktop, and see how we get on.